Hello everyone, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to Ultimate General Civil War, and we are going to begin the fight for the Battle of Chickamauga. I am still continuing my Battlestar Galactica Deadlock series, but I just didn't get time to record some new episodes, so I did want to go ahead. I plan on streaming that tonight, given we've got the long weekend and the holiday here, but for today's video, I decided we're going to continue the Ultimate General Civil War piece and just kind of share where we're at with the live stream. With that being said, the audio here obviously will be coming from the live stream, and this will be the first part of the Battle of Chickamauga. I do think I'm going to continue showing Ultimate General footage once a day in parallel with Battlestar Galactica as I have it, and until we run through the remainder of the series, just because I don't want to wait a month before continuing. With that being said, guys, let's go ahead and jump in here, join the stream, and I hope you guys enjoy the beginning of the Battle of Chickamauga. Again, I think I'm being told every single time I'm mispronouncing that, but it is what it is. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Catch you at the end. Hello everyone, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to Ultimate General Civil War, and we're going to be fighting the Battle of Chickamauga. In our last video, we fought the preliminary battle, the Battle of Bayou Fork. We lost like 6,000 troops almost. It was a bit of a bloodfest. We've come very close to replacing our losses from the Battle of Gettysburg, and we're now on to the Battle of Chickamauga, the second to last historical battle campaign. We've added a army organization trait that allows us to add yet another brigade to all of our divisions. So while we have 4 corps here, we actually only have 2 full corps. And the reason for that is the 3rd Corps was more or less full. We've got a couple of brigades here that haven't been built back out, but we stripped 8 brigades from this corps to fill out the 1st and 2nd Corps, because the Battle of Chickamauga only allows you to carry 2 corps to battle, and as a result, now we can carry 24 brigades in the 1st and 24 brigades in the 2nd Corps. The Battle of Chickamauga was sort of the last dramatic victory for the Confederacy in the Civil War. You had many stalemates in the Eastern Theater with Robert E. Lee going toe-to-toe with Grant. You had some defensive victories at places like Cold Harbor, where Grant was stopped cold. But the Battle of Chickamauga was the last offensive Confederate victory in the grand scale. There was some in the Shenandoah Valley, but in terms of 2 full armies slugging it out and the Confederates undisputedly winning the field of battle, Chickamauga was the last of those grand sweeping victories where the Union was driven from the field in near disarray, narrowly avoiding disaster, thanks in large part to General Thomas, the Rock of Chickamauga, as he would be called. We can see here the Battle of Chickamauga is, well, why don't we just read the preview here? We've sent 2 corps to drive off the Confederate Army of Tennessee under General Braxton Bragg from Middle Tennessee. General Bragg withdrew without giving a fight, possibly because his army was under strength. By the way, that initial attack by it was Rosecrans in charge of the Union Army. He brilliantly outflanked General Bragg, seized the city of Chattanooga, and turned Bragg out of his position with barely any loss and gained a substantial amount of ground, throwing the Confederacy into disarray, throwing the Army of Tennessee into disarray, and forcing an almost desperation attack to try and stop Rosecrans. Rosecrans was slow to act, but when he did act, he had numerous occasions where he maneuvered brilliantly. He just was almost like the McClellan of the West. In early September 1863, we renewed our offensive and attempted to encircle and trap Bragg in the city of Chattanooga. Bragg again retreated without fighting us, but he seems now determined to reoccupy Chattanooga, which is a large strategic importance because of its train station. As we followed Bragg's army south, our scouts reported that he received strong reinforcements from Virginia, concentrating his army and marches to attack us while our forces are divided. We must delay his advance, assemble our army, and retreat in one body to Chattanooga via the Lafayette Road. So General Braxton Bragg's army of the Tennessee is counterattacking against General Rosecrans' army, and although in this case it's, General Historical Gamer's army, and the strong reinforcements from Virginia are General Longstreet's corps, fresh from the fields of Gettysburg and the sort of laurels of the Army of Northern Virginia. Longstreet would come west to launch a devastating attack through a gap that was opened up through incompetence in the Union line, and would end up nearly destroying the Union Army again, adding laurel to the fame of the Army of Northern Virginia, almost at expense of the Confederate Army of Tennessee, which, its greatest victory in the entire war was basically because of the success of troops brought in from the Eastern Theater, troops who had been fighting under Lee and who were under Longstreet's command. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and fight the Battle of Chickamauga. Okay. And if I'm pronouncing Chickamauga incorrectly, that's fine. I'm not great at pronunciation. All right. So, we're chasing Bragg's army, who is withdrawing south. Our army has been divided to pursue and surround him. Elements of our army are moving down this road. This passage. I hate this. If you're going to do this and you're just going to say, like, you're moving here, you're moving here, you're moving here, I wish you would just zoom out and give you kind of like a grand strategy map view and then show me arrows there. And the road that leads to Lee and Gordon Mills. Okay. Here, the bulk of our army will rendezvous and head north to Chattanooga. It really, by zooming around the map in this narrow, zoomed-in way, it makes it really hard to follow what you're really trying to understand. Great. I could probably just skip through this. That might make more sense. Our scouts have reported Bragg's armies coming from 3 main directions and will soon cross the Chickamauga Creek from Reed's Bridge. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Alright, I should really just skip this. I'm just trying to make sure there's nothing I really need to know. Okay. The Army of the Cumberland has sent mounted troops to assist us. Minty's cavalry has been dispatched to delay the Confederates seeking to cross Reed's Bridge. They will cross the bridge in about an hour. Alexander's brigade is guarded by Wilder's Landing Brigade that is fully armed with Spencer rifles. We must delay the rebels for about 2 hours here. Okay, so this is the first part of the Battle of Chickamauga. I have played this against the Confederates, but not as the Union. And actually, the forces that we have about 5,000 troops that are, just given to us for this battle. You can see they're all armed with Spencer repeating rifles. That means they're going to burn through their ammo incredibly fast. But these are going to be really strong troops hopefully, in terms of resisting the enemy. Meanwhile, up in the north, we're actually going to pull this troop here armed with Spencers out and put them in the woods here. There's an objective up here that we have to hold, and I would rather they be in the cover of the woods than the cover of the trenches. Additionally, we're going to move our artillery up here as well, because the Confederates will probably cross this bridge here in an attempt to come south and hit these guys in the rear. So when I played as the Confederates, I kind of pinned the Union here. I crossed the river up north with a large force, and then I swung down the Union flank and hit these guys in the rear. So that's what I would expect the Confederates to do. I'm almost tempted to try and race some troops north with some Spencers as well to give these guys some help, because there's only a small artillery battery of 7 guns, although they're good guns, 14-pound James rifled guns, and 800 men with Spencer repeaters. But we'll see how it goes. I may lose the objective before. Well, I don't know. We'll see. I don't really know if this impacts the actual battle either. Like, some of these scenarios don't really seem to matter. Like, if you lose one on day 1, for example, Chancellorsville, if you succeed as the Union in attacking the objectives, really doesn't do you any good. If you still have to end up falling back. So, we'll see. All right. Get these guys into the woods. Get the artillery into the woods as well. So if the enemy tries to cross this bridge, they'll be dealing with repeating rifle fire as well as canister shot. My main concern is just how much ammunition these guys have, because we don't have any supply wagons to keep them supplied. Both of these batteries of artillery have James rifles, which are nice. They're actually really bad at reloading. Their efficiency is mediocre, and their damage is mediocre, which you'd think for a 14-pound gun, which, like, the Napoleon was only 12 pounds, so you'd think a heavier projectile would maybe have some success. I just don't know if one brigade up here is sufficient. All right, nothing's happening. We're going to fast forward a little bit. Hope everybody's having a wonderful night. I know I am so far. Started out the stream a little bit earlier. So I'm hoping to fight this whole battle in one day. It gives me so much time, it almost makes me feel like I'm making a mistake not transferring troops north. Is it giving me this much time so I can transfer troops? I'm not sure. Kind of making me second guess myself. Let's do this. Let's move these guys part of the way north. Move them about halfway. Hopefully they can kind of act as a go-between. They can either advance north or they can hold south. Okay. Just as I pull these guys back, Confederates are advancing, so let's keep these down here. Alright. Countermand that order. Alright. You can see here the enemy has about 4,000 infantry and 2 brigades, as well as some artillery. I'd rather my artillery be under cover. We'll see. It kind of depends what the enemy shoots at. If they shoot at our infantry, I'm less worried. Which it looks like that's what they're doing. These guys are dug in. We could maybe pull them back to the wood line? I'm not sure. I like the idea of holding the entrenchments because it gives you a melee bonus if they charge you. In addition to that, there's open ground in front of it, but it might actually make more sense to make our stand back here in this wood line. The wood line gives you better cover. Although 84, 100, maybe not. Although this, I assume this little wheat icon means it's not really effective cover. It's kind of like, you know, they can't see you, but they don't necessarily have the ability to hit you all that well. Right. Minty's cavalry passes Reed's bridge and still tries to delay the Confederate army. Oh, nice. Okay. So we actually have cavalry up here. What are these guys armed with? Spencers. Nice. So we've got multiple units armed with Spencers. I'm going to dismount these guys. Gonna pull Minty's actual 500 men into these woods over here. Again, the enemy's not doing anything in the south. But I don't want to divide my troops too much. What's our fire covers the whole bridge? Oh shoot, I didn't mean to move the infantry, or the artillery. Alright, so these guys are in 83 cover, these guys are in 92 cover, 2 brigades covering this bridge. They don't have very good range, though. That's the one thing about the Spencers. So the Confederates are marching north. Alright, let's bring the cavalry out of the woods here. Look at how quickly they reload. Alright, so the one thing the Spencers are really bad at is melee combat. Come on. Get up here. Shit. Are they charging in the south as well? Yeah, they are. In the south, I think we've got a better shot. They've got a lot of men here in the north. Stop retreating, you damn cowards. Oh, they're trying to get up and around our flank down here. Here's the stupid thing. They're retreating through our lines. Like, that's bullshit. Advance. Force cavalry's threatening our flank. That's just great. Alright, there's a lot of troopers behind us now. And again, these guys retreated through our lines, so we'll have to get these guys over here. Oh, look. Enemy cavalry's behind us. That's stupid. Oh boy. I'd rather not melee my cavalry, Alright, so we're holding okay in the south. The north we've kind of struggled. But we're at least doing some damage to these guys. The 23rd hasn't done all that well, but the other units have. We kind of drove off force there temporarily. Minty can advance. Oh shit, there's another brigade coming up. And we're low on ammo. And there routs the enemy cavalry again. Somehow in the south, they're through our lines. Oh god. It actually kind of broke through here. God damn it, there's too much to manage. Move your entrenchments. Actually, don't even bother going in the entrenchments. Alright, so I think we resecured the line up in the north. The artillery is kind of driven back at least. Alright, these guys go in here. In the north, we've driven the rebels back and retaken the bridge. Okay, and the good thing is, as you guys have already pointed out, these men are not mine, so the casualties lost here really don't matter from a campaign perspective. Although they are, and they're actually very well armed, so we're almost better off that they die so we can recover their weapons. How are they flanked? Who's shooting at them? Oh, from the other side of the river? Shoot at them. Alright, there you go. Yeah, alright, so they can't take that amount of fire coming up against them. We've got troops, our lines are infiltrated, there's no front line anymore. Where are you guys running to? Really? Alright, 400 to 80, 700 to 80, 600 to 300. So most of our troops, we're getting the better end of the deal when it comes to casualties. Delay them at the river passages. Okay. So the first day continues. Dalton's and Theodore's fords have breastworks prepared by our mounted infantry. Your troops must occupy them and hold the fords against the enemy. Bragg cannot be allowed to capture all the bridges before nightfall, or our understrength forces will be forced to retreat prematurely. If we hold at least one bridge, we can counterattack tomorrow, fully reinforced. Okay. So our corps is starting to come up. We'll get these guys into position on these bridges. Must delay the rebels. Alright. Move these guys north. Move 2 brigades to hold this bridge. These other brigades will all move down here. To help secure these bridges. The artillery go in between, and that's what we'll do. Meanwhile, we've got to hope that this, like, bizarre formation up here of troops is able to hold on. Just the sort of intertwined nature of the Confederates being inside our lines, but not, but also sort of. Okay, 17th, move back here. There's enemy cavalry in our rear somewhere too, and I'm not quite sure where. They're bringing more pressure up north. Our troops are all pretty much out of ammo. Actually, the infantry's still got ammo, but the cavalry's all out. Let's dismount you guys. Ooh, I don't want you in the open if that's the kind of damage you're going to take. Get back in the woods. Alright. Alright, so we've got the 17th Indiana kind of in the rear guarding us in case the enemy should have troops behind us and try and get in, you know, in behind us. We've got 2 brigades in breastworks. Two brigades are coming as reinforcements here. Meanwhile, our other brigades are heading to these southern fords. I don't know what to expect from the enemy yet. We've got to hold for about 2 more hours. This artillery's taken forever. Alright. The rebels. Great! The Butcher's taking the field. Yes, George B. Gamer, also known as the Butcher. Alright, these guys have 1855s, 1855s. 1 unit has shitty weapons. Okay. No supply wagons by the look of it. Alright. You can see enemy mounted troops are still there, kind of in the rear. But it seems like... I could be speaking hastily. But it seems like in the north we're doing okay. The Confederates have been pushed to the opposite side of the bridge, despite the fact that we're low on ammo. We're holding in our own right, kind of peppering them, inflicting heavy casualties up north. In the south, these guys are in good cover. These guys are not. However, the one brigade having repeaters and the other not should help make up for that. Springfields are going to form a reserve over here. They've got very good weapons. Hooker's brigade is going to go into these earthworks. So it looks like the enemy is going to bring some more troops up. Let's get Hooker in there on the double. Kind of debating sending the Springfields across and having them help deal with Ector. Maybe finishing him off. So far, no enemy reserves are attacking in the south. Our troops are getting into position here. We'll put our artillery on this kind of observation point. And George B. Gamer can almost help the troops in both positions, both fords here in the south. Hooker's men are running into position, fully fresh with new ammo, just as another Confederate brigade starts to come up. And it really would be great to finish off these enemy brigades, though, if we could. Like if we could actually fully destroy them so that they can't reform and then they're out for the rest of the battle, that would be great. Okay. Oh god. That was a rough volley that they took against Ector. Alright, I'm gonna run them into position. I don't like exhausting my troops for no purpose, but I don't want to lose more casualties than I need to at the hands of Ector's troops. Again, Ector's in good cover, we're not. I don't know if any rebels come down the northern... Any additional reinforcements are going to show up in the northern bridge or not. Still got about 1,000 men defending this bridge. The enemy has substantially more than that, almost double, a little more than double that attacking. But we're getting the better of them so far in the fight up there. 2-to-1 casualties for the 123rd. Klein is better than 6-to-1. Better than 6-to-1 for Minty as well. Shit. More Confederate troops. Alright. Is there going to be a substantial attack down here in the south, or do we maybe want to send one more brigade? Oh, yep, there's a division coming up. Alright. Thanks, Reet. Welcome to the party. May not have the most subs of anyone on YouTube, but I am pleased with the quality of the subs that I have. Alright. So, Confederates are attacking both the fords here in the south now. Hopefully they melee rush me. I'd be happy to deal with them that way. Okay. Let's get these guys up here to attack on the flank. We're gonna bring the 17th Indiana. The 98th Illinois lost a lot trying to deal with Ector. We'll bring the 17th Indiana up. Hooker's doing very well. Strong Confederate attack. You can see Buckner's marching north. Looks like there's a ford here. Go help against Walker. He's dispatching some of his forces against the other bridge line. Alright. And again, these guys are staying here mainly because we know there's cavalry up there in the north. Meanwhile, the fighting still continues down here. The funny thing is, these guys are using Spencers, so they don't have to muzzle load, but you still see the graphic for the muzzle loading as if they are. Ah, shit. Alright. Deal with that threat, Minty. I'm losing more of my Springfields than I would like, but overall we're holding. Iron Brigade's doing well. Irish Brigade's doing well. Got about an hour left, folks. Hour left to hold. I don't know if this is the extent of the attack on the first day or not. Alright, so here they come in the north again. They've finally gotten the nerve up to attack us again. Shoot them. Fire a frickin' volley. Oh boy. And there goes that brigade of infantry is dead. Alright, I think we're going to lose the northern bridge for sure now. Come on, reload faster. Reload faster. Mount up, get the hell out of there. Get out of there. Run away. There you go. God damn, that bridge is lost for sure. Whatever. Doesn't really matter. You know what? If it says you're loaded up and you don't need to reload anymore, you shouldn't need ammo. It's always been my motto. Ammo's overrated. Okay. Alright, Springfield's closed the range a little bit. I think Ector's going to be in range of you now, actually, so that may have been a mistake. Trying to overwhelm Waddle. He'll turn to face the Springfields. The Springfields will kind of fire a volley into his flank, or roughly into his flank. Yeah, the northern objective is lost, my friends. It's lost. We can mount up and get out of there. Get out of there, clan! Run away! And preserve some of your troops for the next day's fight or something, I don't know. Really? You're on frickin' horses. It shouldn't take you that long to turn. Alright. Ector's retreating. Very good. Oops. That's not what I meant to do. I thought those guys were out of ammo. Where'd they get that extra ammo from? Okay. Alright. You'd think a point... I don't care what terrain you're in. You'd think that close of a point-blank volley would cause someone to retreat, maybe. Aw, our northern cavalry did get defeated and driven out. Alright, well, we've still got Minty. Alright. Alright, well, we're driving them back. We've got about 20 more minutes. But overall, we're holding the line. Okay, we didn't have anywhere near the whole first corps, by the way. I think we got like 1 division worth of the corps on the field here. Oh boy. Enemy cavalry charging into us. No. Deal with Hector. Yeah, I mean, the penalty for... I think the difficulty with the game penalizing you too much for not having ammunition is that it doesn't really provide a realistic amount of ammunition. Troops run through ammo much quicker than they should. You know, troops definitely need ammo, and fights in the Civil War often, you know, came down to units running very low on their ammunition, but at the end of the day, you had 60 rounds of ammo. That would last you an intense firefight for, you know, at least a half an hour or more. Troops can burn through ammo in this game so fast. And the way that ammunition wagons are structured, they would need to increase the amount of ammo in those wagons and increase the number of wagons pretty substantially to really have any kind of fair modeling of the way ammunition should work. All right. We've lost the northernmost bridge. All must be fulfilled. So far, everything's been held. All right, proceeding to the next day. Everything but the one bridge in the north. We managed to delay the Confederates, and they stopped advancing for the night. Reinforcements have arrived to defend Lafayette Road, which must hold until all our forces arrive. Confederate forces are also becoming stronger over time. One of your division commanders has scouted the ground north of their right flank. Last night, troops searching for water spotted a lone bridge, a brigade guarding Jay's Mill. We should trap and destroy this isolated unit. Really? You want us to go on the offensive? Alright. Does the Confederates have 56,000 soldiers, or they will have that on the field? We have 85,000, so we lost 7,000 men yesterday? There's no way. 7,000? That seems wrong. Our first corps lost a total of maybe 800 men? Maybe? And we only had 5,000 other troops that were part of this, and we didn't lose all of them. And that'll do it for part 1 of our first look at the Battle of Chickamauga from the Union side in our Let's Play. This is part 48, I think it is, of our Union Let's Play, and we are well into the Union campaign. With that being said, we fought well on the first day of the battle. We are on to the second day of the battle as things begin to pick up. And that's where we'll pick things up next time around. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below as always. And until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you for watching, and I'm out.